Now we have here more questions. So now it's more undetailed. Now the first question says, how did Andrew hear about Ellen? How did Andrew got to know about his cousin, Ellen? Do you remember? I will go back if you need. So how did he got to know that his cousin exists? Wendy?
She's 23.
Okay, but maybe what made Andrew to realize that he had this cousin and that he wanted to contact her? Through who? Omar?
Through his aunt John.
Excellent. So yeah, basically, his aunt, John, was the one that told him about Ellen. Now, what information does Andrew give about himself? So whenever he starts writing about on the email, what information does he give to his cousin?
Uh, Maybe that he finished his degree in economics at the North of Dakota.
Okay, and this is Fernando, right?
Yes, Fernando.
Thank you. Okay, so yeah, about economics in North Dakota. Okay, so we will see what else? What else? Maybe anything else that aside from the college degree, what other features or what other things do they talk about? Or does Andrew talk about himself? All right, so Omar and then Jonathan.
He also talked about in where he lives. That is North Dakota. Well, in Fargo.
In Fargo, right? Where he lives. Excellent. Thank you so much, Omar. And then Jonathan?
He lives with his parents.
Okay, also that he lives with his parents. Excellent. So yeah, basically he's talking about his age, the college, the degree, that he lives with the parents, and also the place where he lives. Excellent. And last question, what information does he give about his family? So what is the information that Andrew talks to his cousin about his family? Pablo.
I think he says about his family. His family moved to North Dakota from Norway a long ago.
Okay. Yeah. Thank you so much. So, yes, in other words, that he is living with the parents, obviously, we already know that, but that they moved from Norway to North Dakota. So maybe that's why Andrew and Ellen were not able to keep in touch because they move away from where they used to live together. All right, let's go ahead and continue. Now, here are some adjectives. We already talked about describing personality, but also adjectives can contribute to personality. So, which of the words here on the pink box could describe Andrew? Can describe that? Can it be described like selfish, sociable, helpful, or even come up with other words, not necessarily these words, but any other word that you can think of. Omar.
I think the best to describe Andrew is brave, cheerful, and sociable.
Okay, yeah, brave. Why? Because maybe he doesn't know what's going to be the reaction of the cousin, right? So maybe that could be very brave of him to be contacting her even though that they don't know each other. So yes, What else? Any other words that come to your mind aside from the ones here on the slide? No. Maybe I remember someone said curious, right? Curious to maybe got to meet the other part of the family. Maybe he was not in Norway, but he can basically get in touch to know more a little bit about Norway, right? Or about his family at the end. So let's continue. Now, I want to give just this brief discussion about writing paragraphs. I think it's very fundamental and more now that we're getting a little bit more familiarized with this language, and it happens with every language. So we need to establish that paragraphs are needed or are necessary in order to organize our ideas, right? So, how to write a paragraph? Well, basically, a paragraph it's this group of sentences that it actually completes like our thoughts, right? Our ideas, or it gives like this structure for writing something, right? Now, usually it says that usually it's 5 to 7. It can be 4 to 7. However, they have to be considerable amount or length of a sentence. So you're not gonna just write 3 sentences, very small and short, and say that, oh, that's a paragraph. So we have to be considered the length of each paragraph. However, each paragraph I emphasize that we be aware that paragraphs are constructed for only one purpose or only one main idea. Now, like in the example of the email, even though it talked about one thing, which was getting to know the other person, still each paragraph actually has its own type of information, right? Now, whenever we write a paragraph, we have to, for default, have a topic sentence. What a topic sentence means is this very first sentence on the paragraph that will describe you what it's going to be that paragraph about, okay? You cannot start a paragraph just all of a sudden and then not letting your reader to know what is it going to be about. That's why you can support the ideas and you can even add details to the paragraph. But this is kind of the body of the paragraph. And then at the end, in order to close your idea and then start a new one, you just put a concluding sentence, meaning just the end of that, a sentence that could end the thought that you have. Questions so far about paragraphs? No questions? Okay, we're going to see an example. So I would like for someone to help me reading this paragraph. Maybe I have showed it before, maybe not, but I want for you to just take a look on what this is referring to. So anyone that would like to just read it? So Wendy, go ahead.
Fall is my favorite season. The weather is perfect for outside activities. I like going on hikes with my brother and fishing with my dad. I look forward to the smell of a fire and the taste of burnt marshmallows. I love fall weather.
Thank you so much, Wendy. Thank you. Okay, so let's identify these 4 points that we just talked about. And this is in regards the ideas that a paragraph must include. So first of all, we have the topic sentence. Fall is my favorite season. So that immediately gives us a clue that this is going to be maybe give reasons why fall is his or her favorite season, right? Now, next to it, we have some supporting ideas. The weather is perfect for outside activities. Things in detail, right? You can even add more details about that specific things that you like to do whenever you have this kind of weather. And then at the end, we just conclude the sentence by saying, I love fall weather. That's it. Nothing else has to be mentioned. So it's a way to start and conclude an idea. Now, within this, we have to have obviously details or things that we could add to support whatever we are making. Okay. So that's like kind of the complete idea of what a paragraph should look like. Now, if we go back a little bit on the email, as you can see here, he starts writing the reason why is he getting in touch with this cousin. Now, he gives details about himself and then just finish up the sentence that he lives with his parents. Now, then on the next paragraph, if you notice now, it's not about him, what he's talking about. Now, the topic changes to asking questions to the cousin, right? So that's what I mean whenever we talk about paragraphs, that it has to be a different I a different idea for each paragraph, whatever makes more sense. So now, going next to page 9. Here we have like the response of Ellen, right? So Andrew wrote first to Ellen, and now she is replying to Andrew on the email. I want for you to take a look before we start reading. Maybe if she does answer, be aware at all times while reading if she got to answer all the questions that Andrew had for her. Okay, now I need more people again to help me out reading this email. Now it's Ellen replying to Andrew, right? Here I have Jonathan. You will go from Hi Andrew all the way, like all kinds of music. Then Pablo, you will read Oslo is the capital all the way to see attached photo of me, which is number 3. And then Octavio, you will read from 4 all the way down. Okay? So Jonathan goes first, Pablo, and then Octavio. Go ahead.
Hi, Andrew. Thanks for your email. It's great to hear from you. You asked about me. Well, I'm 24. Graduated this spring, and I'm working in an architect's office now. In my free time, I get together with my friends, go shopping, go hiking, and chat with family and friends online. Oh, I like all kinds of music.
Oslo is the capital of Norway and it's its biggest city. It's a nice place to live because are friendly and sociable. It's full of great museums and restaurants, and people walk and ride bikes a lot around the city. I don't know if everyone in Norway is in the winter sports, but it's true that a lot of us enjoy snowboarding, hockey, and skiing. See attached photo of me.
I'd love to hear about Fargo. I wonder what people do for fun there. Can you tell me more about your family? Do you have any brothers or sisters? What do you do in your free time? Also, do you know who lives in the old house in the Red River Valley now? This is so interesting. Let's stay in touch, Ellie.
All right. Thank you so much. So now we got to, and thank you, you guys. Now we got the response of the cousin, right? Now, can you tell me, does she answer all his questions? So if we go back a little bit on Andrew's email, did did she got to answer the questions he had for her? Yes, no, and what can you back up for that? So what can we say? Do they got to does did she answer the questions that Andrew had? Maybe if we go back to the questions, it was something like, are you a student or do you work? What kind of music? They say that they live in Oslo. Can you tell me what it's like? Is it true that everyone is really into winter sports? Sorry for the questions, etc. So, did she got to answer those questions? Yes, no, and why? Or what are the things that she answered? Anyone? Did she answer the part of the winter sport? Pablo, go ahead.
I think he answered all of the question of Andrew. For example, Andrew asked something about Aileen, and she responds, she's 24 and she's graduated. She's going to graduate in Springs, and she's working in an architect office now, for example.
Okay, awesome. Yes. So maybe some things she was not sure about if she had the right information, but at least the basics she did answer. So thank you so much, Pablo. Uh, let's go ahead and move on. Now, I want for you to identify. Here we can see small numbers. We will go ahead and do the next activity and identify the information about those. So, as I mentioned previously, a paragraph, it's this group of sentences in which we talk about actually from the same topic. And then if we change to another paragraph, we will see something different, right? In every paragraph, or at least this email as a group, we have to have an opening and a closing sentence in the email. So let's identify the parts from here. Now, I will start with opening sentences, right? Here, number one represents that because it says, thank you for your email. It's great to hear from you. So it's kind of opening this email about getting in touch or getting to know someone. Now, number two, what does number or paragraph number two describes? Does it describe a closing, a question, an information about Ellen or Ellen's country? Ismael.
It's letter D, information about Ellen.
Information about Ellen, right? Yes. Now, what about number three? Paragraph number three. What is paragraph number three talking about? Armando.
It's information about Ellen's country. Letter E.
Excellent. So yes, it's information about Ellen's country. Number four, what is paragraph number four referring to? Or what is it talking about? Fernando.
The number B, a question to about Andrea.
Yes, excellent. Thank you. So, yeah, questions about Andrew, right? Now, Andrew made his questions, but now Ellen's has some more. So, obviously, we know that five will be closing sentences because it says, this is so interesting, let's stay in touch. So, maybe a way to say, hey, reply me back, and we will just continue communicating. So, questions about this so far to any of these?
No teacher, no questions.
Okay, so let's continue then. Now, we have here something in which when we open and close an email, especially the type of sentences that we use, it differs or it changes within being formal or informal. Obviously, this depends to who are you writing. So in this case, the email that Andrew sent to Ellen, was it formal or informal?
It's
And how can
informal.
you back? It's informal, right? Yes. So maybe here they are presenting us some examples that you could see of the phrases they use to open and close emails that will show that it's an informal or formal email. So for informal, it says, it's great to hear from you. Let's stay in touch. So these are more kind of, I don't know if I would say colloquial, but maybe a more relaxed way to talk to someone through an email. Now, when it comes to formal, it says, it was a pleasure to hear from you. I look forward to hearing from you again. That it's more, what examples can you give me of sending emails to that could apply to a formal setting? What situations could we send an email that will necessarily need to have a formal opening and closing sentence? Ismael?
Maybe in a job email or um, I don't know, an email for something you don't know.
Okay. All right. So yeah, maybe jobs are very, very common to have this type of emails, right? Omar, any other situation?
I think it could be with teachers or also a boss.
Teachers, our boss, right? Yes, maybe with more serious people. Or not that serious, but maybe that requires a little bit more of formality, depending on the relation, right? We can see very commonly at jobs, but also it can be when requesting some information that it's very serious or very important, and that could be a reason of why sending a formal. For in this case, it was informal because maybe even though they didn't know each other, they were still kind of related, right? So imagine you talking to your cousin like very in a formal setting. Well, that couldn't be so appropriate, right? So yeah, let's go ahead and continue. Now, what I want you to do is that you are now going to become Andrew. Think about if you have met or have heard about a relative in another country, in another state, in another place, or even in your own city, but that you didn't know or were not aware that this person exists. So you can imagine of anyone in your real life, or you can even just make up a person. Maybe you just make up that you have a cousin that lives in another state and etc. It's up to you. You're going to write an email to the relative. You're going to give information about yourself, Ask questions, things that you want to know about him or her. Maybe on her life, daily activities, routines, things that they have, or even traditions could come into play, or even the country itself. However, you need to use paragraphs. Use the example of Andrew's email to base yourself, so that way you can go from one idea to another without losing that structure. It is very important for having paragraphs because that's going to give us like a hint that you are changing ideas, right? I want for you to write this. Maybe try to accommodate it to the length of Andrew's email. And then instead of, because we're not going to do this part, the second part, but I'm just going to create an assignment that will count as participation as well. And I will ask you to upload it there. You can do a PDF, you can do Word document, you can even do it on hand on your notebook, and then just take a picture and upload it to that assignment that I will create. Okay. I will give you until 2:15. Still, I will let this document open, so you can, if you don't have time to finish it right now, right away, you can still upload it throughout the day. However, it will have a closing time. So make sure if you don't upload it, well, it would not be considered, or it won't be taken into consideration. So questions about this writing. And well, if no questions, let's go ahead and start doing it. I will give you until 2:15, and then we will continue with a very last activity that I have for you guys, okay? So go ahead and work on it. I will be here if you have any questions. Okay, so I have created the assignment. It will appear to you on Teams. So whenever you are done, just upload it and then wait for more instructions for the next thing and last that we'll do. Okay, so I, sorry guys. So here it is. It is due at 4 p.m. in case that you're not done, but here you can find the instructions and where to deliver this. All right. All right, so it's already time. And if you have not completed, just make sure to complete it before 4 p.m., okay? In case that you have a chance. So let's go ahead and just talk about the last activity that we will do. Now, here we're gonna just make a small presentation. I don't want for you to be so kind of into detail on this activity. All I want for you to do is here we have a few examples of leaders, right? So all I want for you is maybe talk about someone that you would like to discuss a little bit further. Maybe talk about a little bit something relevant about this person, and also at what qualities or what things do they make these people great leaders. So think about the characteristics of, I don't know, if you want to talk about Nelson Mandela, think about what things made him become a leader. What is these qualities that he has that makes him a great leader? Okay, if you want to add information like he is the creator of something, she won this thing or that, it's just a few details about it. But in general aspect, make sure to decide one person, a leader. Talk about some details about this person. Maybe if you want to talk about the age, the place where they live, if they passed away when, and all those things. But I want for you to also not forget to tell us what are the qualities of this person, meaning what are the characteristics. Okay, so I want for you to do either a presentation, a small presentation, or even a poster in which you just include the name, the picture, the qualities, and relevant information. Then you're going to do that in teams. In case that we don't get to present everyone today, we will keep this for tomorrow. Tomorrow, starting at 1, we will go right away with the presentations, any missing presentation. But it is necessary for you to turn in the poster or the presentation today, okay? Again, I will open another assignment with the instructions for this activity, and everyone has to participate. If you're gonna present it, please make sure that everyone has a part to say something. And I think that's basically what we're gonna end up doing. So choose a person, a leader, talk some information that it's relevant from that person, and make sure to also mention what qualities makes this a great leader. Okay, questions about the activity? Questions, no questions?
Yes, teacher. I don't understand
Oh,
have to
it's,
do.
yeah, you just have to choose a person, someone that you think it's a leader. Here, these are some examples, but you can just think of whoever you would like to. I don't know, Princess Diana, or anyone that you think it's a great leader. And you're gonna discuss that in your group. You're gonna come up with one person, and then in group you're gonna do like a poster, maybe just yeah, like a poster, just put like the picture of the person, the name, maybe if you want to add information like I don't know, his age or her age, if he has family, if they want something, any relevant details, but not be so extensive. Try to make it brief, and then just make sure to include like the qualities that makes him or her a great leader. Maybe this person is very responsible, maybe this person is very likes to take risks to succeed, or things like that. You are all going to come up with that information on your own team.
Okay, thank you, teacher.
Yeah? Okay. Any other questions? No? Okay. So if no more questions, let's start going to our teams. I'm going to open the assignment for you guys, and we're going to come back at 2:40. 2:40, it's the time that we will come back to the class. Make sure to uh, include all the information as possible for the presentation, since it's not necessary that we're going to present it right now. Maybe yes, if someone is ready, but if not, it's okay. But I need for you to complete at least the presentational poster. So come back at 2:20, at 2:40, I'm sorry. So 2:40, come back. Okay? So go to your teams, go, 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 and I will be going one by one if you have questions on your team. All right, all right. So what teams do I have here? Do I have team one, team two, three,
Team 3.
team three, and four? Let me just send a message to the team so we can all be on the same page. And so team three, we have team two.
Yes, teacher, team 2.
Awesome. Team one. If you can upload, please, the presentations on the assignment. And also, in order to have a faster way, if you want, send it here through the chat, or do you want to present it from your computer? It's up to you.
Teacher,
Yes.
team 2 has a problem.
What's the problem?
We have not finished yet the poster. We are still adding some details.
Okay. Well, it will be open still until 3:20. So
Okay. Uh-huh.
it's okay. Just you have time, just make sure to at 3:20 it will be closed. So make sure to turn it in before that time. All right?
Okay, teacher. Yes, thank you. And teacher, something I would like to, well, can I speak to you after the class ends, please?
Yes, of course. Just
Okay,
stay on the call when the class ends.
okay, thank you.
No problem. Thank you. Okay. So, I think I don't have any, right? Okay. This is what we'll do. Tomorrow, right away at 1 p.m., I want for the teams to be ready, okay? I'm going to take a little bit of time of next class so we can present all this. However, please make sure to have everything complete, and the presentation and poster will be due at 3:20. So you still have some time to upload it. However, tomorrow we will immediately at 1 p.m. start right away with presentation. So make sure to be on time because I don't want to get a little behind on this, okay? Okay, that way you can even prepare more when presenting. Still, I don't want for you this for you to feel that this is like, oh, the presentation that it's going to evaluate me. How am I doing? No, it's just a way to present whatever information you found, you gathered in a very brief manner, and that's okay. No problem. So, yeah, we will stop here. Make sure to upload it before we leave, before anything, before 3:20 actually, and we will continue with this tomorrow. So just review whatever information you got. And yes, don't worry, Aaron. Thank you. You can go ahead and leave. Now, just to quickly wrap up the class for today, what is something that we learned today, we talked about, and that we're going to remember for tomorrow? So very briefly, let's go ahead and say what is something from today's class.
Structure of a paragraph.
Structure of paragraphs. Thank you so much. Yes, thank you. And then Ismael?
I remember how to write an formal and informal email.
Okay, so how to write it? A very informal. What phrases more specifically, right? What phrases can we gather? All right, what else? Anything else that we will remember? Jonathan?
How to identify the type of paragraphs, like questions or opening sentences, information, and etc.
Yes, very important, right? The identification of paragraphs, how to kind of distinguish or when to put what. We cannot start with the closing sentence, right? Since we're starting. So very important to know the elements. And also don't forget that paragraphs are made for one specific topic. And if you want to start a new one, you just start a new paragraph. All right. I think that will be basically it for today. So thank you so much for being here. I will see you tomorrow. Make sure to upload your assignment, your presentation with the names, and we will go ahead and present it tomorrow, okay? Thank you so much. Have a good one, guys. See you tomorrow.
See you.
Thank you, Miss. See you tomorrow.
See you, teacher.
Thank you, Miss. See you
Bye.
later.
See you. Take care.